In fact, I would even suggest that that is simply the end of part 1 of the story. Bunker 1 Double Agent continues to live on. Alas, we've only made it 5 years, boys. We've only made it from like 01 to 06 now. So what's next? Well, after Weber got this in July 06, Clemens would show up in February 07 and tie 107 because he would just tie every record that existed. Then a fellow named Eddie Lovens, and Lovens isn't a guy I brought up before in the lore video, but now is his time. Lovens came up with a couple new tricks, and he made a good thread about it. You can see March 07. Very small stuff. The videos are actually uploaded, since it was like before YouTube, it was 07, I mean YouTube existed, but it wasn't really commonly used. He uploaded them to a private server, and they're no longer there. Time Saver 2 was actually, he shot Boris in the back, and he thought it saved time, but the TSers later figured it didn't save any time at all. Time Saver 1 was just a method to time how to leave the data thief data download collection objective, Objective D. And he got 107, and we'll watch his video and we'll see him make use of small Time Saver number 1 here in this video. But like again, we're moving towards optimization. There's the grenade. There's Boris's hands. That means Boris's speech comes up very quickly. The grenade killed a lot of guards. There's that. And I think this is the first time we've seen that camera get shot out from that spot, which is where we do it now to this day. So Lovens is actually like quite a pioneer on this level in a lot of ways. Even though a lot of his strats, like the leaving the data thief thing you're going to see in a second, isn't used anymore. He was the first guy to sort of take the level and say, okay, we have the good base that boss created. How are we going to optimize this further? And so he started working away, figuring out how to do it. And Lovens is a great dude. I think he peaked in the top 20 or so. Stuff like that. So here he waits till Knockers comes up, then pauses, then picks up the data thief. Yeah, it gets to 1.2, then strafes away, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I think he switched to 1.1 there for ease of taking up the cameras. It's kind of easier to make fine movements with 1.1. So it's easier to move around the hallways and aim with 1.1 in a precise manner. So a lot of small innovations. He got 107. Not to be outdone, Ace would also get 107 in June. But it's time for some inspiration, you know? And you guys probably know my attitudes towards emulators and tool-assisted speedruns. I don't really like them. I have the words banned in my chat, actually. Emulator or TAS. Go ahead, try to type them out. But, and that's only because people don't understand their value properly. I'm going to show you a tool-assisted GoldenEye run. I think he does Bunker 1 in 58 seconds, or something like that. It's not to imply 58 is possible, and that's what a lot of people would think, and that's why I have such a disdain for people who just don't understand and think that way. It's to show some potential. It's a different way of looking at the game. So here is, at the same time, mid-early 2007, some tool-assisted strategies on Bunker 1 Double Agent. So that little shot there was to alert Boris as quickly as possible. Obviously, a tool-assisted speedrun doesn't need the grenade to go off, because you can just headshot the guards. But you're going to see some stuff here in a second that will change the destiny of Bunker 1 Double Agent forever. Yes. He left Boris's radius for too long. What happens is Boris starts running away. He doesn't start necessarily running in a specific direction. He just runs. He can run pretty much anywhere on this map. But of course, speedrunning, TAS, of course he's going to run directly into the mainframe room, right? Of course. And yes, Boris now runs, which is faster than walking, directly into the mainframe room. Great. Great, TSers. Now we, as console players, have to figure out how to do this on console. Again, this is why I'm not a huge fan of emulators in TAS. You know, this is the stuff they pull. Oh, hey guys, use this insanely perturbed strategy to just, yeah, have fun with this. But alas, it's inspiration. And I'm going to show you guys here in a second. I'm going to do a live run right here to demonstrate to you how finicky this can be. So, there we go. So Bunker 1, I'm going to play it on 007 mode just to like have ease of illustration here. Yeah, Novella, exactly. That's the thing, right? It probably did take 30 save states per shot. And, again, that's what people don't get when it comes to GoldenEye and TAS is that, like, you physically can't do this. So, let's do what the TS did and go over here and see where Boris runs. Oh, Boris is walking away from the mainframe room there. That's awfully convenient, right? Yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, thank you, Boris. I appreciate it. Let's try this once more and see what happens. There's his hands. Let's shoot. Oh, nice snipe on the camera. Okay, let's pause like the TAS did. Take out the camera. Oh, Boris. Okay, Boris. Yeah, he ran up the stairs. Safe to say, this isn't so simple. Yeah, this isn't very fun. You know, just grinding, hoping Boris runs the right direction. But my name is not David Clemens. Very few people's name are David Clemens. And it is perhaps a prerequisite to doing insane things in GoldenEye that your name is David Clemens. Clemens, through trial and error and careful study of all of the emulator tools and knowledge known to man, decides, I'm going to figure out how to get Boris to run to the mainframe room. Yep, let's just run over here. You can't even see Boris through the explosion. But alas, Boris has now run pretty close to the mainframe room. And he's going to proceed through the level. Now, something I want to point out here is that you'll see what happens is Boris is running now. Still running. Clemens is shooting him to alert him again, and sort of getting him to start walking again now. The reason he does that is because even though Boris is here, there's still 3 directions Boris can run. He can run into the mainframe room, he can keep running straight and go to the back of the bunker, or he can run left and go into, like, where you start the level. So he shoots him to get his attention, runs towards him, pauses, takes out the key analyzer, while Boris starts to walk into the mainframe room. This strategy is ahead of its time, honestly. Clemens doing this in 07 is actually insane. But it's Clemens. And so, he broke the tie at 107. 5 people had it now. And he was the first person to invent or make use of the Boris running strategy. Now you can see he's also using Eddie Loveven's data thief leave strategy, which again has kind of become outdated. Gets a back boost there. But still, Clemens in June 07 was the first person to pull off the Boris running strategy. And of course, 10 years later, of course we're still running. Of course we're still running. Of course. Not only this, Clemens had the level untied himself Nobody had tied the level. This was June 07. Yeah, September 07, he's just going to lower that time to 104. Why not, right? Why not, on a 1 minute level, just get a 3-second untied? Yeah, I'm David Clemens, I have a 106. Everyone else has 107 or lower. I'm just going to get 104. Why not, right? Forget about it. Snipes the camera, runs over here to pause, Boris starts running. This run actually perfectly embodies the strategy and how it's supposed to be played out. Camera, picks up keycards, shoots at Boris, gets his attention, pauses, takes out the analyzer. Yep. He actually had really bad guard luck there. The guards ran, like, apart. So it was actually kind of confusing to deal with. And this guard, okay, sometimes if the explosion's, like, over to the right a little bit, that guard will get lured. And, like, this is a chaotic run that Clemens dealt with perfectly to be able to clutch and get 104. Just extremely solid. Like, and, again, a lot of the run doesn't have to do with the speed. It has to do with how well can you manage all the chaos going on while Boris is walking or running, and how you can manage the chaos when he's hacking the console. And Clemens managed it perfectly well. He missed the warp. That's the one thing that's going to eat him alive forever. He missed the warp on this run. 104 untied record. Again, that was a 2-second untied over his previous one. You gave him a 3-second untied over the rest of the world, and it could have been a 4-second untied if he didn't choke the warp there. Just nuts. Just absolutely ballistic. So that was done in September 07. Now you want to hear how much of a alpha male Clemens is when it comes to GoldenEye. This record stood untied for a long time. It was not until April 2010 when Ace tied it. So it stood untied for over 2.5 years. September 07 to April 2010. Ace tied 104 on April 3rd. 12 days later, after 2.5 years of not playing the level, 12 days later, Clemens says, I'm mad, Ace. You tied my record? Yeah, well, I'm going to get 103 now. The guy is just absolutely mad at this game, especially, like, he was in his prime at this time. The guy is just mad. And this run will probably be similar, except he'll hit the warp at the end. Again, pauses, Boris starts running. He has the Boris running strat refined to a T at this point. Generally, if you pause in that exact spot, Boris will run this direction most of the time. It doesn't work all the time, at all. But it works a lot of the time. But you have to pause in that exact spot. And there's some other finicky bits, like if Boris bumps into you at all, he won't run the right direction. If the timing is a little bit different, he won't run the right direction. Like, the knowledge Clemens had to just kill that last guard there who was coming out of that room is insane. Because it prevents him from getting back boosted here. And you saw Clemens not use, like, the sort of pausing strategy further into the room. He just gains speed against the mainframe. That's the better way to do it. Just nuts. Just nuts. 103, another untied. And, like, okay. You see how it says new cheat available? It's sort of like a swag thing in GoldenEye that if you start a new file and grind a level on a new fresh file and get an untied with new cheat available shown, it's like the most boss thing you can do. So Clemens untying this level 12 days after Ace tied his 104. New cheat available. Pure swag. Just godly. Just godly. How do I put this now? Ace didn't leave this for too long either. 2 months later, Ace tied 103. Sucks, dude. Ace couldn't leave Clemens alone. They had a good rivalry. But alas, boys, Alas, Clemens said no. No, Ace. And in January 2011, Clemens got Bunker 1 Double Agent 102. I don't even know. He has some song in here. Like, I don't want to, you know, mess around too much with look at that snipe on the grenade. Snipe on the camera. Like, look how he's in the exact same spot every time. It's insane. The guy's insane. Pauses. Camera. Boris is running. Shoots at Boris. Stops him. So, you actually see what happened there is Clemens tried to unlock the door, but he didn't have the key card. He had the wrong key card. The guards died from the grenade explosion, and they kind of, like, the key cards get thrown randomly. If Clemens had the key card there and opened that door for Boris, it would have saved, like, a fraction of a second. It might have been enough for 101. And that's just a luck thing. That's just a luck of where the keycard lands and where it just doesn't end up doesn't end up quite working out. I mean, it still worked out because it was still an untitled record, but it didn't. You know, it's like those small, tiny things. No matter how good your run is, you always find like one tiny error, or often find one tiny error that could have been improved, and this was his. Full speed, leaving the data thief, gets through these guys very cleanly, gets a boost, opens the door, warps out, bingo, bango, bongo, 102. So, where is that put that? This was January 2011. The next part of the story is Twitch happens. 2012, everyone starts streaming on Twitch, including me. And I decide, through a long series of events, I'm going to go for Bunker 1 00102. It's dumb of me, but I go for it. I want to show this page for a brief second here. It's a pretty cool page. So, combined duration of untitled records. So this basically takes a level and says, how long has a person had the untitled record on this level ever? And through all of your untieds. So between 106, 104, 103, and 102, Clemens has had the untitled record at some point on Bunker 100 for 1,961 days. Like, what? I mean, even more insane is his Surface 200. He's had it for 3,300 days, which is 10 years of having the untitled record. 1,900 days is still a lot of days. Still insane. That shows you Clemens' dominance on the level. Okay. Time for the Twitch era. Time for me. Time to talk about myself a little bit. Which I don't like doing all the time, but when there's a place and time for it, we will. So, a little bit about my stream, I guess. If you guys knew my stream from back in the day, 2012 happened. Siglemic was streaming 120 star attempts. You know, Cosmo's Wind Waker runs were amazing. Speedrunning had a little bit of a golden era on Twitch. A lot of people had speedrun before, but it never reached an audience this wide. And a lot of people saw that. A lot of people started speedrunning. A lot of people who had been speedrunning before started doing so at this time, including me. And so, in 2012, I started streaming GoldenEye, and I knew there was probably enough of a niche based on people liking the classic games, the classic Nintendo games, the classic, just the classics, right? And I knew GoldenEye had a good speedrun community. I streamed it. And I was kind of lucky because I always had, I always had like a dedicated viewer base of like 20 or 30 people from the Elite community. And that helped me get a boost up the famous old Speedruns Live page. which was cool. And that helped me become the streamer I'm today. I mean, that helped me get noticed by a lot of people because, you know, back in the day, so much of your stream power was built off of how high up on speedruns live are you. And I would always be like a few rows down because I had this dedicated viewer base. And it gave me the opportunity to grow and grow and grow because I was the only person streaming GoldenEye at the time. And that's 2012, 2013 or so. So this run you just saw here was a 103 fail. I'd been going through my sort of, my GoldenEye times page while streaming and trying to beat my PBs. I had a crappy 108 on this level. I despised playing Bunker 1. I hated it with a passion. The level was so chaotic, so annoying, I hated it. But I grinded through it. I wanted to get back into the top 5, I think, at the time, and I did. Yeah, I did. It was great. But I was trying to beat all my PBs. So this run, I'm playing Bunker 100, and I got a 103 fail, which was insane. Absolutely insane, because my PB until recently was 108. And you'll see here at the bottom it says time spent. This is my early like session timer, total timer, which you've probably seen in later clips of me. So after 17 hours of Bunker, which is nothing, I failed a 103, and that's when I started to see potential. I was like, man, Clemens is the Bunker 1 god. I could be the guy who ties his record on Bunker 100. And so I started streaming this for a long, long time. This clip, you'll see, I'm now at 116 hours total spent. So, how do I put it? I remember vividly, and some of you guys in this stream right now were here for it, when I was playing this level, which this was April, May 2013, a lot of people on SRL start to take notice of my stream. They start to say, wow, this guy is insane. This guy is playing GoldenEye for 100 hours on the same level. And to a new audience who had just been exposed to speedrunning, this was insane. 100 plus hours on a level? Like, that's more than most people spend on a game, you know? So I kind of gained notoriety for playing Bunker 100 for that long, going for 102. Yeah, and it kind of motivated me to keep going. Like, it is a little bit difficult when you stream to have the motivation to play a level over and over and over again. But just the mere notion that I was the only guy doing this kept me going for 116 hours. And there's a lot I'm not going to show because, like, how much am I going to sit here and you know, get off to myself playing the game. But I got 103 after maybe 60 hours, and I kept going for 102. This was a heartbreaking run after 116 hours. This run is insane. Just watch this. Just watch this, boys. This is just bad.
Alright, this run is dedicated to ECGX Crafty.
I don't know if any of you remember when I would dedicate every single run to someone in my chat. It was a good time.
Dude, that Canada run should have been the run.
There's a nade. Hands up. Killed. Camera sniped. Pause. Boris starts running. Perfect run. Perfect run. Pitcher. Door open for Boris. Quick pause. Kill the guards perfectly. Now I get nervous. Analyzer. 2 guards. Easily dispatched. The camera. There it goes. Camera. Camera. Pause. Now I'm nervous. As all hell. Back boost. Missed warp. still 103. Yeah, that was bad. That hurt. Like, honestly, that's a 103 completed. Back boost missed warp. It could have been 101. I forgot about this run. I purged it from my memory. Could have been 101. Here's another. I obviously titled it hyperbolically worst fail in Elite history. It's probably not true, but it's a 102 pace run. I just missed the data thief. You'll see what happens here. I think I have to deal with some guard stuff, so I don't have enough time to analyze the keycard and take out the cameras. So I don't have enough time to take out the data thief and pause for that. How do I put it? I spent all of April and May 2013 playing this level, building my stream. It was really cool. It was the first time I was getting like 100, 200 viewers, which at the time was really cool. And kind of knowing that I'm on track to becoming maybe a partner Twitch streamer, you know, all the dreams, all the streaming dreams are coming true. But I just feel inadequate because I can't get 102, and it sucks. And it's not because I don't have the skills, because I'm choking it. Oh no, this was insane. Okay, watch what happens here. That black-hatted guard boosts me away from the mainframe. This is actually heartbreaking. Boosted away, I can't build speed. I miss the goddamn data download, objective D. And it's a 102 fail. Like, this was actually a heartbreaker, dudes. So, even though my stream is progressing and people love watching this grind, this 100-hour grind for a record, I feel terrible because I can't get 102. It sucks. This was my last 103 I achieved ever. This was May 27.
Okay, this is the best one.
May 27, 2013.
By far the best one.
And I'll explain what happened right after the run that made me stop playing this level. And we're at 139 hours now.
Come on.
So there's a good... Boris ran right in the room, which is insanity. Just absolutely insane. I deal with this really well. I have to, like, take out a clob there, which is unoptimal. This run is actually messed up in the head. Dispatch these two guards. Bingo bang on the camera. Alas, this camera. Alas, this one. I'm just memeing with the word alas now, you guys know. Look, I know it's it. I know it's this run, dude. I know it's it. Like, almost hyperventilating, you know? Good leave, full speed. Slow gate, back boosted, another back boost, missed warp, 103. Like, after 140 hours of playing this level, how can I feel adequate? I just feel like a failure. I've spent 140 hours on this level, and every single chance at 102 I've choked. And even some of these runs had 101 potential, and I choked them. And within 1 hour after this run, I got speed bullied. Ace got 102. It's not something I can easily, like, describe to someone who isn't, you know, not just a speedrunner, but anyone who's kind of competed at anything. When you put that much time into something, and you lose it, and someone else beats you to it, it's just the worst feeling ever. It's the worst feeling. It truly the closest analogy I can come up with outside of competition, speedrunning, sports, etc., is being cucked. Like, you feel like a better, stronger person beat you to something you truly wanted. Whether that's, you're going for a nice girl and another dude beats you to it. Or you're going for a world record and another dude beats you to it. Or you're going for, a championship in a sporting event and another person beats you to it. You just feel completely inadequate. And Ace beating me to 102 after I'd spent 140 hours on it, I just felt like a worse player. I felt like I was never going to be as good as Ace or Clemens at the game. And it was it. Like, such a sinking feeling. Such a sinking feeling. Ace had played the level for like a few dozen hours, got 102 with relative ease, and I'm still there with 9 103 dupes. Half of them are just choke jobs like none other. It felt embarrassing. It felt completely and utterly embarrassing. Not only that, Ace got this run a couple days. 2 days later, Ace got this run. He duped 102, and this one is ballistically insane. Pay close attention to this. No grenade, headshots the guard. Okay, insane boostage, like insane chaos, snipes the camera, somehow still manages to pause in the right spot at the right time to get Boris to run in the right direction, which is insanely, like, low chance. All these guards are still, like, cucking him. Boris runs directly into the mainframe room. Ace somehow headshots all these guards and manages to, like, deal with this shit. Analyzes the key. Dispatches now 5 guards here. 5, count them, 5 guards. Takes out the cameras like none other. Look at these camera takes out. Like, this one is nonsensical. Nonsensical. Data thief, leave. Does he get a boost here? Back boosted. Another 102. So, I'm there as a human being who just spent 140 hours on a level, and with things going right, I choke 102. Ace has this run where nothing goes right, and he cakes 102. Like, how can I reconcile with myself that I'm a good GoldenEye player at this point? I'm still, like, 5th or 7th place. I'm still a good rank. But, like, if you follow golf or tennis, you see those guys who are, like, in the top 10 for years, but they can never win a major tournament. They can never beat Federer or Tiger Woods. And that's what I felt like. That's what I felt like. It sucked. But time went on. And time moves kind of quickly sometimes. So again, this was May 2013, and in my next few streams, I had to explain to my viewers, all these hundreds of people now who started watching me, why I wasn't going for Bunker 100, 102 anymore. And it's always hard, and I've gotten better at that, obviously. You guys, if you've been watching me earlier this year, I tried for a few records I didn't get, and you just move on, right? But back then, when it was like all I was known for, or largely what I was known for, it was hard. I have to admit to all my viewers, I'm a failure. I suck. I can't get 102. It's terrible. You have to come to grips with the fact that you're a cuck and someone is better than you. But time rolled on, I kept streaming, kept PBing, went to AGQ 2014, had an amazing run. In 2014, my stream really started blowing up. I was doing GoldenEye runs, I was doing Mario 64, and I would have sort of my moment in the summer of 2014 when I got Street's Secret Agent 154 Untied. In the summertime, it was insane. I was getting literally 800, 1,000 viewers most nights watching me play Street Secret Agent. Literally a level where I look at the ground for a minute and a half. For 2 minutes even. And, I was doing Mario Golf at the time. I was doing all sorts of great stuff in 2014. And my stream was doing great. It was amazing. The energy was palpable. I was on a GoldenEye bender. And looking back, I was 25 years old, 24, 25 that year. And I've read some studies now that said 24 years old is when your reaction time is at its peak. So it makes sense that you're the best speedrunner you are at 24 years old. I got 154 streets. I was on a GoldenEye heater, man. 154 I got. I got Surface 1 102, Surface 1 148, Depot 25. I was playing so well. And, you know, having a great time. Everyone was loving it. But I would play off stream. You know, I wanted to make a show of my stream. I want to have a good 4 or 5 hour GoldenEye stream. So when I just want to grind a little tiny bit for a session, I want to play a level for an hour or two, I'd play off stream or on an alt stream. After a week of getting insane records, a year after getting cucked by Ace, I'm playing the best I've ever played my entire life. On a random ass night, August 1st, 2014, on a random alt stream, this redemption happens. Like, there are some frame drops on this vid because it's a stream highlight. A clean cut exists. So don't worry, the run's legit, obviously. You can see I get a grenade, and I know I feel it. I'm playing with a passion at this point in my life. Grenade.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Come on, run, baby.
Door open. Perfect lure. Quick pause. Fuck. Camera. Another camera. The last camera. Bingo. Open the door. Take out the data thief. Let's fucking go.
Shit. Let's go.
Go! Come on! It might be 102. Holy fuck. Oh my fucking god! Are you kidding me? Are you fucking serious right now? Am I living in real life? Am I living in fucking real life right now? What the fuck? Oh my god, the fuck is this shit? Oh my god. Oh, this is just fucking maniacal. This is just maniacal. Dude, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so fucking happy. Oh. Dude, no joke. This is 3 world records in 3 days. And this is a world record I couldn't get after 160 hours. And finally got. It's just inexplicable right now. I'm playing and acting like I'm 18 years old right now. Like, it's just insane. It's just absolutely insane. There you have it. And that goes to show you, I would say, you never know you just never know in speedrunning. Or just life in general, any kind of competition anywhere. You never know. I spent 140 hours going for this time before. The pressure was so massive, I kept choking it. A year later, on an alternate stream, after playing super well for a week, I nailed it. And this was literally, I think I played like 30 minutes that night, and I got the time. And there's nothing else to explain it, other than like just the way pressure and whatnot works. And interestingly enough, I got Silo Secret Agent 108 last summer in a very similar manner. I hadn't played for a long time, wasn't able to get that record on stream in about 40 or 50 hours, and nailed it off stream in a half-hour session, or on an alt stream rather. So sometimes the pressure just adds up, and you can't clutch it on stream, or when it's made out to be such a massive deal. And that's where the story ends, guys. That's the end of the Bunker 1 Double Agent story. The level's kind of crazy because, you know, Clemens, Ace, and I have 102. Mark has 103. And everyone else, a few 104s, a few 105s. Now, interestingly enough, we'll watch Flickr Forums 104. Flickr got this in in 2015 rather, and after Flickr Forum got this 104, nobody nobody in the whole community in the GoldenEye speedrun world got like a 110 or better since then, until very recently. DSX Challenger Jono got a 106, worth 89 points. But after my 102, Flickr got 104 in 2015. Nobody played the level for like 2 years. Nobody got sub 110. That leaderboard I just showed had stayed the same for 2 years, which is crazy when you think about the scale of time over history. So, is the level criminally underplayed? Probably. Is there potential for 101? Almost definitely. Almost definitely. A lot of our 102s and 103s show potential. Might I go for 101 on stream this summer? It's an option. 101 would be kind of fun to go for. Kind of like, you know, again, like a revisitation of this storied level. But until then, I don't know. And again, I think it's worth pointing out that Flickr, you can see here he has the 5th best time on the level, tied with Luke. Luke says he got this time, 2015. So Luke and Flickr in 2015 got 104, and for 2 years, no one else got like a time better than 110 or something insane. So levels that are underplayed usually have potential for growth. After I did episode 1 on Frigate Secret Agent, Ace untied it, and then Pettit untied that. Will we see something similar here at the end of episode 3? Will we see an influx of people trying Bunker 1 Double Agent? Only time will tell. But it goes for damn sure that a lot of people could use an improvement on their Bunker 1 00 time. And like I said, Kyle, Flickr Forum here, is ranked, and this isn't anything bad about him, he's ranked 44th place. He has a top 5 time on this level. So there are a lot of people who are in top 10, top 20, top 30, who probably have the skill to get 104 better, and are just too annoyed at the level. They hate the level too much. They just can't be bothered with it. You know, who knows where the level will be at this time in a month or a year. We'll just have to see who is going to write the next chapter of Bunker 1 00 Agent history. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode 3. I'm having a great time making these for you guys. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about this level. I'll be back at it again next month with another one. If you have any questions about this level, ask them in the comments. I don't know what level I'm going to do next month, but I'll find out, and I'll do it late April. So Thank you guys so much. Stay true. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you.